Hello, I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. And yes, as you read from the title, I am 21 years old and I have never been in a relationship. And let me get into that. The reason I'm making this video is because recently I went to a networking event and we were trying to play some icebreaker games to get to know each other, break, see what's going on in each other's lives and stuff like that, so we have in common. And for the first time ever, as I'm getting to know, to meet different people, I find that when I tell people my age, my background, some things about my life, people seem to be very surprised when I tell them that I am 21 years old and I have never been in a relationship. And for the first time ever in my life, people seem to be very surprised. Because I feel like all my life I've always been like, oh, I'm not dating, oh, I don't like nobody, oh, I'm not in a relationship. People don't question it, they're just like, okay, whatever, he just doing him. Now people are like, hmm, I wonder why. And yeah, let's get into that. And the thing is, at first I was like, why are people confused? But at the same time, I know, as you can tell from my channel, I am a breath of fresh air. I'm everything and more. And the fact that I am single, it used to baffle me too. Things happen. I don't know if this is a universal experience, but I find that most people, at least in America, they have had some type of relationship, fling, whether it is a talking stage or something casual or something that's budding but never really made official. They've had something by the time they've reached my age. I have not been actively avoiding relationships, but I will say that I do try to sift out the people that come in my life that aren't so genuine. And I don't want to sound pretentious or nothing, but I've always felt like high standards help you avoid bad experience. And this doesn't go for just relationships. This go for anything in your life, like work, school, friends, family. Honestly, maybe you can't choose your mom or whatever, but you do have chosen family. The relationships and the people that you make connections with, those are important. You need to make sure these are people that are building you up. And it is important and necessary that whoever you allow to be in your life and have be around your energy, that they are good for you, great for you, amazing. You need to make sure no one's perfect, but the girls that get it. I will say this though, I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that at some point I didn't romanticize the idea of me being in a relationship, because we're humans, we all want a special connection with another person. And I'm not delusional. I know it would be pretty cool to have a companion that's not your parents, where you can rely on for your safety and security, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And plus, it's all around us, in the media, the advertisements, you see it at the grocery store, it's everywhere around us. You can't really escape it, the idea of it. But wait, Pookie, I had to tell myself, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. While everyone else is out there, getting into relationships with people that they don't like, and for the sake of, I don't know what, experience, loneliness, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a sociologist. I'm not going to get into that in this video. I find that, like I said before, I find that having high standards helps you avoid bad experiences. And I will say that there was a time in my life where I used to actively put myself out there with the hopes that something will happen. But after seeing a therapist, I kind of realized that I was just trying to feel a void in my heart. And I'm kind of glad that nothing ever really panned out, because it wouldn't be good for me or that other person or whoever I was trying to pursue. But I have learned to cope with loneliness, and I've learned to enjoy my solitude over time. And I'll tell you what, it's difficult, but I try to do things that I like. And I reading books, fill my time up with things that are constructive, interesting, things that I love spending time doing with just myself, and things of that nature. And believe it or not, I have really learned to like it. Now that I am in college or whatever, I would say that I would not have it any other way. I love my life how it is. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of my dating life. I feel like this is just like with me personally, like, and I hope I don't sound corny when I say this, but I personality trumps everything. Like, it's not all about looks for me, but it seems to me like in like the LGBT community or the gay community specifically, like looks seem to be like everything. And like looks are important, like it matters, like like everyone has their standards, but it shouldn't be everything. Like if I asked you to name like 10 things about what you like about your partner, if more than 3 of those things are physical characteristics, you need to reevaluate like why you're with them. And I will say, like, for a long time I went like most of my life like not really getting attention, and I didn't really get attention for real, like as far as like getting approached and stuff like that, until like I got to high school. I started like working out and stuff like that, and like like actively putting myself out there, not in a way of trying to pursue in a relationship as what I was talking about before, but like in general, like trying to come out my shell and stuff like that. But like after like working out and like working on myself, like clearing my skin and stuff like that, I find that like a lot of people are just like artificial. Like they just care about like looks and stuff like that. And I just feel like if if you only like if you only fuck with me because of my looks, it's like, wait, if the face fall off tomorrow, if the abs fall off tomorrow, like, are you still fucking with me? And you see, like, that's the thing. I realized that like if I'm getting all this attention out of nowhere off the basis of just my looks alone, none of these people were fucking with me in the first place. And you see, like, that is the issue I have with like dating in my age group right now, because it's just like everyone is just a lot of people, it's just too much artificialness. I don't prefer, at least for me, like I will be open to it if I can date someone that like I already know. If the love is transactional, if the love is conditional, if you love me because of just like my physical appearance and my demeanor and not for me, who I am like as a person, I don't want it. Like I don't want it. Like I have enough abundance in my life to walk away from things that aren't good for me, from things that aren't genuine. And I find that a lot of people don't have that. So I guess I should just be grateful that I do. And another thing about like dating life that like I don't really like get right now is like, and I hate to make it a race and a color thing, but a lot of people nowadays, not all people, not all men, not all women, mostly men. Let's go about men. Like women don't really do this for real, but like men like to have their preferences. And we're not going to get too deep into the preferences in this video right now, but I will say that a lot of y'all's preferences they're really based off of like colorism. I can't tell you how many times someone has like rejected me because I'm like not their type, and it's like I get it, like I'm not for everyone, everyone's not for me. Let me not be too problematic here. Like it just seems like the convention, at least for me, my community, like the conventionally attractive black guys, just they seem to have like a particular taste. Like I feel like if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyway, I really enjoyed filming this. I hope you guys understand what I mean by this, and I hope I do not come off as pessimistic, because I'll tell you this, the way my life is right now, I would not have it any other way. But if you do have any thoughts on this, feel free to let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you think. Anyways, goodbye.